moving on to another one. You said it yourself, so I'm glad you brought it up. Playing this Bloodhound meta is fucking miserable, and it's not fun to watch if you're a spectator. So you guys made some changes. Not one single high elo or pro player thinks those changes are going to do anything, nor have they affected anything in competitive play or high elo, according to us. Now, we don't have the statistics and everything, so I'd love to hear what you have to say about that, the play rate, the pick weight, the run rate, the whole 9 yards after the nerf, let's say, and then
Can we
follow it up
clarify
with
what the nerf was real quick? Just so everybody knows.
1
Yeah.
second on. You can do it. You know it better than me.
Yeah, so we just took, so right now, Bloodhound hits scan, and it lasts for, or used to last for 4 seconds, and now that reveal time is 3 seconds. So I will say, I first said, let's chop it in half, make it 2 seconds, and see what that does. In playtesting, that felt, I felt it was okay, but I think a lot of people felt like it's too quick. It's for the size of the cone that it scans. 2 seconds was too quick to digest that information. When I see ideas about like only the Bloodhound should see the scan, or shorten the range of the scan, I think only the Bloodhound seeing the scan is much more heavy-handed than it needs to be, and I think that hurts the sort of fantasy for talking as just like an everyday Bloodhound player. Like, I can feel helpful if I'm relatively new to the game, and I can come and I can use a character that helps scan. I mean, any tourney with content creators and people that don't play Apex, like you throw the noob on Bloodhound, and that's the role that
And
they
they
can
feel
play.
useful because they are. Yeah.
Um,
I think that you're hitting the hammer on the nail. I think you're right. I definitely think that you had a. I think you had it right. My suggestion, unironically, was even less. I would have said like a 1 second. I think if you don't want to do snapshots, right? So if you don't want to like scan and they like blink like where they are, I think if you guys don't want to do that, then I think you have to lower it down to like 2 seconds at most, because anything more than that is it's simply unpushable, right? Because you can't fake the scan at that point because of how much 3 seconds is valuable in Apex with the movement system and how much you can do with just 3 seconds in the game. So with that being said, I really, a lot of people in Halo don't think this is going to do anything. I think stats will say whatever they say, and I think you guys will have your opinions when you guys have enough time under it. The patch is fairly new. I really would be excited to see your thoughts on taking it away from like literal wall hacks and moving it more towards something where it snapshots like 3 times, like flash player here, flash player here, flash player here, something like that. Where like they can kind of track where they're going, but they don't get their every movement. We're like something similar to that. 'Cause I
I
think we
think
can all confidently agree that right now that dude is on fucking crack. Like that dude is off the juice. He's too strong.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, Bloodhounds, and in my time playing, right, the amount of the fact that fights like revolve so heavily around that ability is frustrating, and absolutely there's room for improvement there. I think in the snapshot thing, like I think that's a cool idea, but I was reminded by just a different designer that I forgot that back in the day when that was the Bloodhound scan,
It
the
was.
visual clutter could be really bad in like close quarter engagements. If you scanned and you saw these orange figures sort of
And they're
plastered
just like
up
right in
close on
front
your
of
view
you and they
model,
strafed. Yeah.
yeah, like that was tough. So that would be like a more involved thing to pursue. Like it'd be harder than maybe the public thinks.
Yeah, maybe like an
Um,
outline then, or instead of a snapshot, because that full body can be really cluttering. That guy's completely right. I didn't think about that at total value. I think there's ways around that though that you can get away with doing a snapshot where it's like maybe just shows you there's a player there, maybe not even show you what player it is, just an X on your screen or something, just like an outline, something super small. Because I think the ability to just have that extra information and have a whole fight revolve around that timer is ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure you see it in high elo and competitive play. Can't speak for the casuals because they probably don't. I think honestly, the truth is that at the casual level, they just don't care as much. But for the people that do watch how that are casuals or play at the highest level, like everyone understands that if another Bloodhound ults and you don't have ult, you just kind of have to go turtle. Like you're
yeah,
fucked, right? Right now, that's the case, and that's a a little bit ridiculous. And then even when you Bloodhoundle and they Bloodhoundle, neither team can push each other.
I
It's
know,
now
it's just
stalemated
scanning.
because everyone has permanent information. And now that fight that was supposed to be an explosive fight has now gone 35 seconds, and no one has even hit each other yet because you have to wait the Bloodhound cooldown out, right? Now,
Yeah.
maybe there's some things to look into with changing his ult entirely, right? So that he doesn't get a booster refresh, like 4-second scans or whatever it may be. You can leave the scan exactly how it is right now, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, whatever your data shows, whatever you guys end up changing it to, or leaving it as, whatever it may be. But maybe changing his ult so he gets one extra scan and he can use it whenever he wants. So he can like scan, pop ult. He has one free scan whenever he wants to use it, instant, the whole 9 yards, right? Something like that. I don't know, but there's a lot to unfold there, and I think it's very easy to say that it's way too powerful, and we need to move away from this meta. It's lasted way too long. It's not fun for spectators. It's not fun for high elo. I'd really imagine in low elo, a lot of the stats have to deal with people not caring if they Bloodhound ult because they probably don't realize how punishing it is, and two, for the ones that do, they're probably just like, fuck it, you know?
Yeah, I think I forget what I don't know if it was game 1 or game 2 of the finals that ended like at 5-star in Frag East. And I just seen the amount of scans and like Gibby domes was just like I definitely clipped that and I definitely shared it with like character meta channel and I was like,
You see a scan and it's like 39 player scan. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I mean it's something that I advocate for and bring up. So will the Bloodhound meta exist for till the end of time, till the end of Apex? Like, no, I think we're looking in the right places there.
Keep it back with you, Jay. No one wanted to hear that. They wanted to hear we're gonna figure something out, hopefully sooner rather than later, because it's lasted for a while. But I don't know if you're capable of saying something like that, so we'll take it for what we can get.
Yep.
We could continue to talk about Legends, but I saw a good question about the Kraber, and I know we talked about it in another episode.